Beginning network marketers typically focus on retail. It's a lot easier than recruiting, and it helps build your confidence as well as increase your knowledge of your products and your opportunity at the same time. Additionally, retailing should be in your arsenal from your first day in your business so that you generate cash to put back in. You must start by stimulating interest by asking questions to everyone you meet. Once you get customers, you can begin working to convert them to distributors and future business partners. Leading with your product is known as bottom-up recruiting. Leading with your opportunity is known as top-down recruiting. Sign up now for your 30-day free trial account at bestsuccesstraining.com.
To begin with, what we're going to talk about tonight is how retail can really be used to recruit. And ultimately, we like retail. We like the art of the sale. It allows us to put cash in our pocket right away. And so we're going to talk about that. But sometimes it also becomes difficult, especially in the beginning, either when you're new to the business or maybe you're just not that much of a people person. You're not real comfortable talking to people or striking up conversations or going up to those people that you're not real, comfortable or familiar with. And so there's a certain fear of rejection that comes along with that has to be overcome. And there's a sequence that we can do, and there's a series of steps that we can sort of adhere to that make this process easier for both the new distributor as well as the seasoned professional. And maybe things that you may know and maybe things that you don't know. And then specifically, there's some questions that you can ask of your prospects that will stimulate interest in them. It's much better to ask somebody a question and to get them to turn around and start chasing you for your products and for your opportunity based on some of these sort of probing questions that you can ask them to sort of get them to say, well, yeah, I might be interested in that. Tell me more. And that's really all we're looking for. We're really just trying to find people that are interested in learning more about the products, more about the business. And when we have prospects asking us those questions, now it just becomes a sifting and sorting process. And that process, we're not going to get too much into detail into that, but basically involves getting them more information, maybe showing them the video, send them a link to the video on a website, giving them some brochures or some information in a physical format. There's a lot of different things that we can do to get that process moving once we've initiated it. And then ultimately we want to see if any of those customers are interested in possibly becoming business partners, either in just maybe purchasing the products at wholesale so that they can save some money, and letting them know that is a possibility. And some people that are doing a lot of retail tend to kind of look at that and say, well, wait a minute, why do I want to do that? I don't want to lose all my retail money. Yeah, you might be losing a little bit of short-term retail profit, but you're giving up the potential to have somebody who may talk to the business about someone that ends up joining and could end up being an incredible asset to your organization. And you're still going to be paid on the volume that's produced there, whether it's wholesale or retail in nature in terms of where it comes from. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the immediate cash for reinvestment. Now, making sales obviously enables us to put money in our pocket right away. Okay, and that's an exciting thing. That's great. We love that. You'd love to be able to turn around, sell a product to somebody, they give you the cash, you made some money. Okay, it's great. Now, the important reason why retailing is so critical, especially in the beginning, is it allows us to generate money that we can then turn around and reinvest back into our business. So we don't have to keep putting our own money out of our pockets or pulling out of savings or away from something else that we're spending it on and putting it into our business. So it's important to get the retail aspect of the business running as quickly as possible so that it becomes self-sustaining. And obviously the first goal is to cover any sort of costs that you have just to be involved in the business, right? An auto ship, okay? Something that, a purchase that has to be made regardless so that you can be a distributor. And that is the first goal, is to generate enough retail sales to cover that cost. And then everything beyond that, you need to have a game plan. You need to have an action plan to determine, okay, once I have money coming into my business, what am I going to spend it on? How am I going to reinvest that into my business so that I can grow it that much more quickly and that much faster? You obviously cannot sell if you can't talk to people, right? So we have to talk about this fear of rejection and this fear of talking to people and overcoming that. And it all starts with being comfortable. Now, in any situation in life, I don't care if it's in a business of your own, I don't care if it's in sales, I don't care if it's at your job, whatever, you have to be comfortable in what you're doing. But guess what? The first time anybody ever did anything, they weren't comfortable doing it because it was the first time, right? Doesn't matter if it's playing a sport or doing a job or whatever, you're not going to be comfortable until you've done it over and over and over again and gotten comfortable doing it and have some experience and practice. And so what can you do if you have a hard time hearing no, or just are simply flat out afraid of rejection or really not sure how to approach people? Well, there's a simple answer, and it's not an easy answer. There's two different things, okay, simple versus easy. But the simple answer is, first of all, we can't take it personally. To convert those customers to partners, we have to take a few things and really focus on them when we're talking to the customers, okay? And this is, you've got somebody, as I said, that, the vast majority get involved to buy the products at wholesale and save the money, and then once they get in, now maybe they might be getting emails from the company talking about different things, different products, different opportunities, how much money people are making, the fun they're having, et cetera, and they may decide to join, and so that process begins. So how do we begin that transition for our customers? Well, one way is by using one or more of the following questions that we can pose to our customers or to our prospective customers, okay? Now, first one would be, real simply, would you like to learn how to buy this product wholesale so that you can save, a significant amount of money on your future purchases? As I said before, use my little example of a television. If you knew you could buy a TV at wholesale at half price, wouldn't you sign up to be a distributor tomorrow for that new, $1,200 65-inch television? If you knew it could cost you $400 if you signed up to be a distributor tomorrow, would you do it? I bet you would. I certainly would. Why not? So let them know that you're looking out for their best interests. Say, hey, I know, everybody's, trying to, save some money today, and you're a good customer of mine. You're buying some products from me. Would you be interested in hearing a little bit about how you might be able to, how you could save money by buying these things wholesale? Okay, and most people are going to say, yeah, that'd be awesome. How do I do that? And again, don't worry about the retail profits, because you're still generating volume. It's still money for you. But the big difference is that now all of a sudden that person has more of a business mentality, and they're now going to go talk to more people about the business side of things, and the volume that person's group can potentially bring to your organization can be many, many, many times greater than the small amount of retail profit that you might have been making off of them once in a while. So please remember that when you're thinking and cringing to yourself, well, I don't want to give up my retail profits. Who cares? You've got to look at the big picture. You've got to look at what the potential is for something to happen down the road. It might not be today or tomorrow, but the potential exists. There's no guarantees, but unless you kind of present that opportunity to somebody, nothing can happen until you do that. Now, another question you could ask them is, would you be interested if I could show you a way to increase your income without spending any additional time to build a part-time business? A lot of people are going to go, yeah, that'd be fantastic. How can I do that? Well, here's my card. Go to my website, watch this video. I'll call you tonight or tomorrow to talk about it. What's good for you? Boom, done, out of there. And that's what you do over and over and over again. Right? And so you've got to practice these, again, in front of the mirror, with yourself, with family members, whoever, upline, downline, and practice this so that it just rolls off your tongue very naturally. When you see somebody say, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. What's new? What's happening? Hey, would you do me a favor? I just got involved in this business. It's fantastic. It's growing in leaps and bounds. I'm really excited about it. I'd really value your opinion. Would you have a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes in the next day or two that you could, take a look at this video and give me your thoughts on it? Boom. There you go. What are they going to say? Yeah, sure. Give me your card. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, call me tomorrow at lunch, and I'll give you my thoughts. Next thing you know, you call them the next day at lunch, and they're going, wow, that sounds amazing. This is what you're doing? This might be something I could do. Tell me more. How do you make money? Blah, 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 blah. So, it opens up the potential for that future income.